First fishing trip of the year, going up to one of my favorite spots. 111 degrees here in Phoenix. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit cooler when we get up there. I know it is, but it's still going to be close to 100. So afternoon fishing is going to be a little tough, but that's all right. I'll take an hour. I haven't fished in so long. So I'll be there in a couple hours. Heading into the storm. Globe, Arizona. Alright, so this is the US 60 up here. We're going to take a left and get on it, and that'll take us about, I think, 70 or 80 miles to the Fort Apache Indian Reservation. Finally made it out of Globe. Away we go. Now we've dropped from 111 down to 96, which is a whole lot better. A whole lot better. We've made it just up to the pine trees. That's good. Temperature's 84 degrees. Keeps getting better. There's some pretty scenery out here on the Fort Apache Reservation. We're almost at the store at Cibecue, and that's where you buy your permits to fish and camp here on the reservation. Hard to get to. It's 120 miles from my house, and it's the only place to get a permit. Used to be able to buy them close to my house in Phoenix, but too many people came out to the reservation and you know, littered and just messed up the place. So they stopped selling permits in Phoenix or in the Phoenix area. You actually have to come out here now to the reservation to buy one. And that pretty much assures that there won't be a big crowd anywhere you go. So that's kind of nice. A couple of more miles here, we'll be at the Sinclair gas station. Get our permits and away we'll go. Alright, we are at the Sinclair gas station, White Mountain Apache Reservation. Now, as soon as I pulled up, I noticed that things were not quite right. First of all, this is not a Sinclair gas station. This is a Marathon gas station. This has been a Sinclair gas station for 20 years that I know of, and apparently 4 or 5 months ago it changed owners, so now it's a Marathon. No big deal. I went inside to get my camping and fishing permit and was informed that as of this day the reservation is closed due to extreme fire danger and high heat. And they're not kidding. It's really hot around here. I think it's hot around the whole country right now. But anyways, that left me at about 8 o'clock at night having to regroup and figure out which way to go. Now, I was heading about 40 miles west to Lower Canyon Creek, and kind of the goal of this video was to catch a big brown out of a stretch of creek that I hadn't even seen before. So we'll make that for another trip. But from here, I decided that I would go to what is my favorite lake in all of Arizona, Chevelon Canyon Lake. Not an easy lake to get to. You have to drive in on the top of the ridge, and then you have to hike down 3/4 of a mile, maybe a mile, to the lake's edge. But the payoff is the big browns and the big rainbows that are in that lake. So that's what I decided to do. But in my hurry to get there and my unhappiness about the whole situation, I put the cameras down. I didn't film anything. It wasn't really anything but dark all the way in there. Anyways, I left the store here about 8 and I got into Chevelon at 12:30 at night. So we will pick this up tomorrow morning at the edge of Chevelon Canyon Lake. Hey everyone, welcome to Out There. I'm Charlie, and today I am at my favorite lake in all of Arizona, Chevelon Canyon Lake. I'm actually at the south end up on the ridge. I've got about 3/4 of a mile walk down to the lake shore, and then a 1/4 mile to a 1/2 mile, probably depending on where I want to fish, along the lake's edge. Now this lake has a year-round population of rainbow and brown, and they get big here. I have yet to catch a brown, so the goal of this video is to try and catch one of the browns down here. I'll be here today and then tomorrow morning, so I don't have a lot of time. I came in late last night and I should already be down at the lake's edge, but I decided to sleep for a couple hours, and I'm glad I did. It's just absolutely beautiful here. I am here all alone. I'm standing in probably the best campsite, but it gets a little windy, so I'm back up behind me just a little bit there, out of the wind, tucked up against that hill. So we will see you when we get down to the lake. The beginning of the trail here at the south end of Chevelon. Marked trail, imagine that. Not a bad trail, like I say, about 3/4 of a mile. Welcome to Chevelon Canyon Lake. Artificial fly and lure only. Bag limit trout 2. Bass and catfish unlimited. Doesn't take very long on the trail. You run right into the creek there. We're almost to the lake. We've got quite a ways to drop though. It's encouraging to see the water. Keeps you going. Whoa. So I just got hit with a really strong smell of fire smoke. I can see it up in the air, and where I'm at is no place to be stuck in the fire. Oh my. Well, I think I'm gonna have to turn around and get out of here. Son of a gun. So it's at this point that I'm starting to realize that this weekend has become a lot more about the journey than the actual catching of fish. Now I do have a third place in mind. We've been denied the Fort Apache Reservation. We've been denied now Chevelon Canyon, and we are now heading for a place that I know we can catch a fish as long as it's not closed or on fire. Now to this point I'm invested about 8.5 hours, almost 300 miles. I have about 2 to 2.5 hours more driving. Not a lot of driving, just rough road that I have to go real slow. So we've got to get out of here before we do any of that. So I will see you back at the top of the hill. Yeah, it's just getting worse. I'm all packed up and ready to go. Too bad. Well, I wanted to spend a couple days here. I've had just like a time or two up here, but as dry as it is, you don't want to mess with this place. You see this fire smoke. It's time to get out while you can. So, go find another place to fish. This road is just the prettiest road, even if I don't catch fish. Not easy to drive. I think I'm definitely on a high clearance vehicle. 4-wheel drive preferred. You know, when it rains back in here, all of this turns to mud, and then I've been back here with some pretty big mud puddles, so you know, a lot of water back here and slide all over the place. But the road is basically just hard rock, so. So I got blown off the lake again by fire smoke. I think the last time it was a creek. It was Canyon Creek down on the Fort Apache Reservation, which I was heading for again this trip, but they closed just about all of the waterways. It's been so hot, I guess they're a little afraid of fire or whatever's going on. Anyways, couldn't buy a permit, couldn't go down there. So that's one. This is two. I have another idea. We'll see what number 3 brings. If you live in Arizona and you haven't been up to the Mogollon Rim and taken the Rim Road in a while, you need to. Take a look at this. Yeah, they're paving the road. It's unreal. It's about 5 miles of it done already. It looks like they just laid another mile on the one side here. They'll probably have this side done by today. Too cool. And from here, it's paved on both sides. Look at that. So yesterday, I got chased off of the White Mountain Apache Tribe Reservation. They're all closed. Today, I got chased out of Chevelon Canyon Lake because of a fire. And now I'm at Canyon Creek up at the headwaters. We'll see what happens when I get down there. I'll see you down at the creek. That's a big one. That's just those fish. So it finally happened. I finally caught a couple of fish today. In fact, I think I caught 4 this afternoon. So one of the viewers of the channel sent me some lures from his company. He owns a lure company in Mesa, Arizona called Creek Freak. And I've had these lures for 8 months, 10 months, something like that. I don't know about quite that long, but I haven't been fishing in a long time. So I brought them with me today. And in fact, this weekend, I brought them with me. I was going to try them in several different places, but I've been run out of every place that I tried to get into until today. So went down here to Canyon Creek, to the old stomping grounds, and used my lures, and I did okay. And then tied his on in a hole that I wasn't really catching anything, and caught 2 fish right off the bat. So that's good. I like that. Tomorrow we'll use them a little bit more. I'm going to fish early in the morning tomorrow and then head for home. So it's been a long weekend. It's been a lot of driving, but you know, sometimes you just have to do what you have to do, and it pays off if you keep trying. So we got them today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll catch some bigger ones before I have to go home. So we'll see you tomorrow. It's getting dark, and I'm going to have a little dinner, and I think I'm just going to crawl into the truck. You know, that was another thing too. On this trip, I was heading for the middle of nowhere on Canyon Creek, about 15 miles down. And I'm not really comfortable staying in a tent there, so I was just going to stay in the back of the truck. And I just brought a small stove and a couple of small things so that, you know, I could get through. But I knew the fishing would be great there, and that's really what I wanted to do. When I couldn't go there, I didn't know what to do. So there is another place, Chevelon Canyon, that kind of requires this kind of camping for me, where I don't bring a tent. I just stay in the back of the truck, and I go real light, and that's because it's such a long ways back in there. But so I come today, and I have no tent. I have none of the stuff that I normally do when I stay here in a campsite. I'm just staying in the back of the truck. But it's not bad. It's not bad. It cleans up quick, and I can get out of here in a hurry. So I'll probably get up early in the morning and have coffee and break all this down, put it in the Jeep, and then just drive down to the creek and spend 2 or 3 hours before I go home and try and make it up to the top hole there and see what's going on. There was a big fish today, and I mean, you know, for this creek, for Arizona, big fish. It had to be close to 3 pounds. And he came out 4 or 5 times, hit my lure right in front of me. He was looking at me, I'm looking at him, and all he wanted to do was taste it. And he came out and he touched it and he went off. He must have done that to me 5 times today, 3 different lures, including Creek Freak's lures, and that really was, you know, I was really counting on that. But we'll get him tomorrow, so we'll see you tomorrow down at the creek. At 5:45 in the morning on a Thursday morning. There's one car parked here. Don't know how many people. The water's really low. Mid-July. So these are the lures that Creek Freak sent me. Starting over here on the left is the Silver Friday Night, the Hagler Hornets, both silver and gold. This one here is called a South Dakota Red, the Pooh Bear. This one is a South Dakota Red Old Faithful, South Dakota Red Power Beads. Here's more power beads. This is the brown trout lure. They sent me that sticker there too with their name and information on it. So we'll give them a try and see what happens. I think I'm going to skip these lower holes and work my way on up the creek a ways. Maybe try and go back up to where I was last night and a little farther. Boo. How you doing this morning? Good. Good. Truthfully, I feel guilty about even fishing this hole, but if I don't fish it right now, this will be the first hole that people come to catch fish, and I don't blame them. It is easier than shooting fish in a barrel. So, Creek Freak lures here. Let's see what happens. Working and first cast. Good job. Hatchery things. Let's try that again. There he goes. There he goes. Oh. Well, he tried it. He certainly tried it. There's a lot of them sitting right here. Oh yeah, there he is right there. Oh, he's out. Had my drag set too loose, but boy, he's a lot smaller than the big one goes after. Well, I'm gonna go up in there and freak over a minute. This one, about 12 inches, hatchery fish.
Good morning.
Good morning. Boy, it looks busy up here.
Busy.
Good
busy.
deal.
Weren't you down there by the grate?
Yeah. Yeah, I just had to try it. You know, that's like shooting fish in a barrel there, so.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Nice fish. One of them took a swipe at it. There's one. Oh, he got off. Hey, what? This lure has been effective. Every cast. Got something. Okay, let's go down this way. Nail that guy. with a different stance here. There it is. Right at my feet. Come on in. There we go. Yeah, good. Second fish of the day on these new lures. I'm liking that a lot. It's another one of these hatchery fish here. A little under 2 pounds, pound and a half maybe. Oh my, look at that. One cast, one fish. Boy, that's quick. Wow. Hang this lure in that hole and see what happens. Yeah, fishing downstream does not work very well with lures. Occasionally you get lucky. Move it real slow, but it's moving against the current, and that just isn't natural for an insect. Slower water it'll work, but fast water you want it just to be kind of passing through. Yeah, not even a look. I didn't even get a look. Joel, your lures are a hit. Yeah, so these lures are really good. I will be bringing these back. That's a nice fish. Close to 2 pounds, I'd say. Come in here, you. Alright, good fish. Spit the hook. A little bigger than the last one. Not much. Okay, let's see what happens. There's fish everywhere. They're just nuts with it. That's such a drag over this. And drag this loose. Just another hatchery fish. Yeah. Good size. So I'm going to end this video right here on the side of Canyon Creek. Boy, what a weekend. The first day and a half was nothing but driving. Fort Apache Reservation, Chevelon Canyon Lake, and now here back to Canyon Creek. But even though it took a while to find a place to fish, once we found it, I think it was really worthwhile. A special shout out to Joel at Creek Freaks Master Baits for sending me all of those lures. I only used one today and I couldn't keep the fish off every hole that I went to, so I'm looking forward to using the rest of them. Definitely going to be a part of my arsenal from here on out. So I've got to get back home, so I'm going to end this right here and we will see you on the next one.